Good day, everyone. Well, we're back again, and we're into episode 2 now. And wouldn't you know it, we have a lot of work ahead of us. We did end up buying that combine, as you'll remember in the last episode. So we need to get to work right away. And I have just the thing to do it. So we need to get on our Super H here, and we're going to go bring this thing to the store to go grab our brand new grain wagon, and let's bring the combine out to the field and see if we can get some work done. So as you'll all remember, last week we ended the episode with buying this Fahr 66 combine, and we intend to use that to combine some fields for our neighbors. And I went ahead and bought myself a little grain wagon, and let me just show you what we can do with this. We can fold that entire thing and we can tip it. So that is going to be the plan for today. Just use this small little wagon. Sometime in the future we'll probably get ourselves a bigger wagon, but for today this is what it's going to be. I think we'll start with the oats here. Sheila McFarlane is offering 45 acres that we can harvest on field 10, and it's going to grain gate number 2, whereas the rest of these are also going to do that, but we're going to focus on this field for right now. And to see where field 10 is, we will just take us a look, and you can see it's right over here. So that is just south of our main yard. Should mean we should have plenty of room here to park our tractor and wagon and all that. Should be pretty good. Let's get to business here, guys. We are going to get right into the thick of things. It looks like Sheila's field has a lot of weeds, so I don't expect too high of a profit from her oats here. But that's okay, it's not our business, is it? Oh, actually, hold the phone. We just need a disable straw swath. I don't want to have that. And hire a worker. I know I could collect all that straw, bale it, and make some more money, but with the small baler we have, it would be an endless job. Like, let's face it, it would take forever in a day, so I'm not going to bother with that right now. There'll be time and space for harvesting straw, but it is not this day. And goodness me, this combine is filling up fast. It must have the world's tiniest storage tank. I have a feeling by the time we're at the end of the field, we'll be about 60% done. Just a feeling I get. Our combine is full already. It didn't even make it across the field, so this is going to be a long, arduous journey, isn't it? I have a feeling I'm going to have to rent a grain truck off with the neighbor or something just to get the job done, because look how slow we're plodding. 12 clicks an hour is the best that this wagon can do. So I'm thinking it might be advantageous for us to maybe rent a truck that will move a little quicker, and see if we can get some of this grain moved, because this has to go all the way south on the map. Well, let me show you. You can see the arrow on the map where we are, and at the bottom left corner is where the grain is getting delivered to. So it's going to be quite the journey, isn't it? I guess we'll have to see, but I'm somehow feeling like a rental truck might be in order of business here. I guess here you can get a clearer picture of how far we have only come. It seems like we've done, what, just over half of one pass, and the combine is full already. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, that's for sure. Oh, well, I guess I could probably just drive the tractor on over to the end, and we'll probably end up having a dump there anyway. So I just got back from talking with the neighbor, and yeah, he actually wanted a fair bit of money for renting his truck. He has a big grain truck, kind of like one of those 1960s Ford. So I didn't think that was very wise of us to do that. But when I was speaking with him, he told me that he has a Farmall that's a fair bit of a bigger size than this, and he said if I wanted to I could rent that. and it would be the next size up for us. So I was thinking to myself, do I want to rent the Farmall from him? I believe it's an M series, whereas this is the H series, and it would be a wide axle instead of the tricycle like you see on mine here. So what do you guys think? Should we go and rent that tractor and just see if it has a little better pulling power, or should we just rent the pickup and rip along with that? Like, the pickup I can do, right? But it's just, you know, if I rented the tractor, then theoretically I could test it to see if it would be, you know, suitable for our next tractor, or if we're going to just immediately step up to the Farmall 460. It's kind of, you know, do you want to do it this way or that way? It's very hard to decide. But having a rental might actually just make that decision for us, because we would be able to see if it could pull this wagon with any kind of, you know, with any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Convincingness. There's a better word out there, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess I made the decision for us. The neighbor said we could borrow his Super M. It's about 50 horsepower, which is about a 20 horsepower bump. The top speed is the exact same, but this should at least give us an appreciation for if this tractor is worth our while. So let's fire this thing up, take a listen to how it sounds, and yeah, we need to get back to the field. Looked like the combine was just about full. Sounds fantastic. So we'll hook up the wagon he allowed us to borrow too, and hopefully this thing goes a little quicker than mine does. With an empty wagon it sure looks like it does, but we're gonna see if it's... Let's open that menu. We'll create a destination pretty much right there. There we are. So we'll get the worker to haul it out to our yard, and I'm just going to jump into my tractor and go and empty out the combine again. Hopefully we can get something working here. This is my wagon hooked up to the Super M right now, and I think it's pretty darn clear that the M is definitely a good choice. Even with the weight it's got on, it's doing the top speed it can. So that is fantastic news. I guess we're gonna have to go and aim for buying an M sometime soon. We'll probably end up using this tractor until we're done our combining. And yeah, let's see. Maybe we can buy ourselves an M right shortly. That would actually be fantastic. Don't know if I'm gonna get rid of my two H's. I think they're still useful. But yeah, the M definitely seems like it's a lot more peppy. That's for sure. You know something? I just wisened up a little bit. I got to thinking, why am I doing this field first? The biggest field of all. Like, I got 3 different contracts. Why would I not do a smaller field first to get me a bit more money? Like, that would only make more sense, right? So I guess with that thought in mind, I'm going to go deliver this to the grain silo. But then I think I'm going to bring my combine over to do... well, we got 2 other contracts and they're much smaller, like field 15 and 16. And we're going to take a look, see what they look like. I believe they're at the bottom of the map. Yeah, 15 and 16. 16 being the smallest. I think we should work on that one. That would make most sense to me. That way we can get a little bit of cash flow going right away. We're just coming up to BF Grains now. And wouldn't you know it, the train is rolling by. So it's just beyond here a little ways. We're just going to wait for that train. Pass by. And off to our right hand side, among all these giant bins, is where this oat is going to. Come on, friend. We need to get going. Now we have gate 1 and gate 2, and apparently we're picking gate 2 today. So you can see on the building, BF Grains. Gate 1 is off to the left. Gate 2 is, well, it's very clearly marked on the ground too. And they specifically wanted it here. So that's what we're going to do for them. We're going to chip this all out for them at Gate 2. And then we're going to get that combine going again. I'm pretty sure he should be at his destination by now. And we'll start doing a canola field just to, you know, make things speed up a little bit more. We've come up to field 15 and 16 here. And wouldn't you know it, they're still pretty big. They're not as big as 10 though. Much, much smaller. But we're going to get right into the thick of things, and hopefully before too long we can have this canola field at least finished. And then we can move on and do the other canola field, and then go on from there to do that oat field that we had started. The tractor didn't get back a minute too soon. The combine is full already. It's going to be a while before we're done combining all of this, but that's okay. You can see my money is very, very quickly running out. I may have to pull out a loan just to pay my workers for the day. Yeah, that's when you know things are pretty tough. Or maybe I'll sell my baler and my hay wagon just for the time being. I can always buy them back a little later on once we've done a few extra contracts. That might be the better choice, honestly. As painful as it is, I do think that we will have to sell some of our equipment. Yeah, we'll do this wagon as well. And the thing is, we can always get some of it back. Really, this house we should too, but we kind of need a place to stay for the night, right? And this is not a lot of money, but we aren't going to use it in the next little bit. That was only 917. So now we're basically just left with, you know, the necessary stuff. Unless we want to sell the small H. Should we do that as well? Sell the small H and, you know, I don't know. I don't really want to. I'm not going to right now. If I don't need to, I won't. Now this might sound a little ridiculous, but the bison over here, this one with the cab, that's kind of our next in line combine that we're going to be getting. So I think it stands to reason that I should rent this one from my neighbor as well. And you know, he might let me buy it later for a bit of a cheaper price if he's a good person at all. So what I'm thinking is maybe I'll lease this. Let's see how bad it is. Oh, it's about 2,200. So we can definitely recuperate that with the wages we're going to be earning. So we will get that. Yes. And in order to find the right header, we hit R3 and we find our header. So this is an extra 2 meters wider. 8 grand. Yeah, I'm only going to lease it as well. I don't feel like using all of my money up. There we go. Oh, and I should probably check up on my combine. I got a funny feeling that, yeah, they're full. That's what I thought. So we're using most of my neighbor's equipment by now, just renting it out. But that's okay. This is what neighbors do, and this is what farmers do. They're always there to help each other out, and so that's what we're doing. We're just trying to make ends meet and figure out the best way to make money. I know next time I should just rent straight off the hop instead of buying right away, but you know, a guy tries something once in a while. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go get the rented combine from the neighbor, and we're going to throw it on this field as well. And it should make things a little more quick. Just a quick look at our controls here. Now, if you guys know anything about combining canola, you know that it is a terribly dusty job. Combining with no cab on would be terrible, just awful. And then you see all the pipes coming up and all that. If there was any loose leak anywhere, you'd be covered in dust head to toe. It would honestly be terrible. Just the worst. But this combine is full, so we're going to quickly go and get them unloaded. And the other combine is on the way. We'll see him very shortly, and then maybe we can get this show on the road as quick as possible. Our second combine is on the field now doing his thing, so that's good. That makes us very excited. Should cut our combining time down a fair bit. And we need to get at least one field done for this episode to finish. I'm sure you guys can already figure out how we'll do the rest of them. It'll just be more of the same. So I at least want to finish one field so that we can end this episode. I feel like it'll be terribly long if you guys want to see me finish all 3 fields. We've got us our first load, and wouldn't you know it, this M is pulling this load very well. The Super M with 50 horse, it's just perfect. Pulling 2 wagons like that, that is absolutely incredible. I love it. So we're going to go deliver this off to the same place we deliver those oats to, and then we're going to head back to the field, and we'll do the unload the combines again and do the same thing over and over until this field is done. Can I just really quickly point out how much of a difference it makes having the 2 feet extra header? Like, the Fahr here has been doing this the entire time, and the Bison over there has done a little more than what the Fahr has, and it's only been here for half the time. So it's actually quite astounding. But yeah, we are on our 3rd load here, and we're gonna go deliver this, and there's a combine that's full again, so we're just hustling along trying to get things done here. Shouldn't take too much longer now. Well, here's an interesting conundrum. When I go into this combine and I try to start it, it says I have to refuel it. So apparently I'm out of fuel on this thing. Luckily it made it till the end of the row, but I can't dump the rest of what's in this combine. There's, you know, half a hopper here, and I can't dump it out. Fascinating. This should be the final load for the contract we're currently working on. I think it's kind of cool how we can dump both wagons at once. And we should get a little bit of an income from all of this extra canola that we're dumping. So hopefully that'll bring us a fair bit of money. Let's see how we did. Oh no, it just carried over for field 15. Okay. But it did say this contract was complete, which is $12,900, almost $13,000. Awesome. That is absolutely fantastic. Now look, now at least we have a little bit of money, and our combines did have a bit of canola left in them, as I'm sure you'll remember. So I think this is a good spot for us to stop the episode. The rest of it's all going to be kind of rinse and repeat, right? And you guys have seen it once, and I'm sure you don't want to see it over and over again. So yeah, we're going to repeat the same process on the other 2 fields, and by the time the next episode airs, you should see a much higher number up by our bank account. But yeah, that's about enough of me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.